Welcome to RNS Podcast once again, my friends. Who's my dynamic duo character with me today?
My name's Evan.
Is it Evan?
Yeah, Robin.
Evan the Boy Blunder?
Let's talk about the Robin moment in The Dark Knight Rises.
Before we talk about the Robin moment in The Dark Knight Rises, please like the video, please leave a comment, or maybe share the video, subscribe, whatever you feel like doing.
No. Not whatever you feel like doing. Fucking do it. And then, like Dylan said in the last episode, if you know any single ladies, share this episode with them.
If you know any single women that are very impressed by low effort podcasts about nerd content, send them this video.
Yeah, do it.
Evan, what badass music should I play over this part?
Oh, you should play
like the 89 Batman NES game music?
No, the Batman Forever Super Nintendo game music.
That might work.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We got a copyright strike for the first time. Or not a strike. Not a strike, but we got claimed.
We got a verbal warning.
On the Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, we got a verbal warning. Next, we're going to get a citation.
Well, I was surprised when I was watching. You actually put it like the music from the movie.
Is that
surprised me. Yeah.
Threshold?
Yeah, it plays at the end during the credits.
8-bit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we got...
I was actually surprised. I'm like, damn, you really put this? Because I was a little worried. I was like, oh.
Well, because most of the time when I Google, I'm a believer 8-bit, it's like, okay, well, that's some bullshit that, like, is not under a record label. So,
no, that actually plays in the movie.
So I fucked up on that one, but I guess we'll leave it, and hopefully I won't fuck up like that again.
Well, what happened, though? Like...
It just, like, it was like, oh, this...
It's, like, demonetized. We weren't making any money off it anyways.
If we're ever able to monetize our videos, that one will not be monetizable. Okay. But, we're not, like, we didn't get a strike or anything. We're fine.
That's good.
So, yeah, I think we're good. You want to talk about the Batman movie?
Yes, so today's episode we will be, I guess, not predictions, really, but maybe some predictions.
Just our thoughts,
yeah,
really.
just our thoughts, because the Batman is, is 3 weeks away now? Something like that?
About 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Because it's almost Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Well, it's past Valentine's Day when you're listening to this, our dear viewer, but...
just about 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're towards the middle of February. So it's about 3 weeks.
Very excited.
We're gonna be epic.
Exactly.
So the Batman is a cool movie.
Yeah.
Starring Robert Pattinson, directed by Matt Reeves, and also the beautiful, illustrious Zoe Kravitz.
She is very beautiful, isn't she?
And what other cool stuff is there?
And Paul Dano, the Riddler.
Paul Dano's the Riddler.
I was very excited when I first heard that casting.
Famed character actor Paul Dano.
Is he? I guess he's a character actor.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Pretty good casting for all three of them, I think.
I agree. Unless people are, there's some people who say the descent to Robert Pattinson is actually more than it really is.
Huh?
Like, there are people who are overplaying the descent to Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, certain individuals.
Certain people that we may or may not have just been watching.
Yeah, I think that got a bit overplayed, and really you saw a lot more people being like, don't hate on Robert Pattinson just because he was in Twilight. There was more of that than people actually hating on him. So that was kind of annoying, but I mean, he looks good in it to me.
I'm going to say, I feel like he's far enough removed from Twilight by this point.
Yeah, it's not like, I mean,
like it's his most famous role, but it's like, that was like fucking over 10 years ago now. Yeah.
I agree. So I'm pretty much over that. I'm not worried about that at all. I don't know who the fuck Zoe Kravitz is, but she's a lovely, beautiful woman.
I can't even think about what I've seen her in.
All I know is she's like the niece of Jason Momoa, I think.
The niece of Jason Momoa? No, she's Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah.
Who's Lenny Kravitz?
Famed singer, rock and roller Lenny Kravitz.
From what? What is he in?
He's a musician.
From what?
What do you mean from what?
Like, is he a guitar player or something?
He's a singer. I think he played guitar also. I never really listened to music.
Okay, well, he's badass. Let's not stick on someone neither of us know about.
No, I'm not shitting on. I'm
pretty sure.
Jason Momoa. I was like, wait, what?
I'm pretty sure she's Jason Momoa's niece.
No way. They're probably like the same age.
But that.
Well, I know, but Jason Momoa.
Did Jason Momoa raise Zoe Kravitz? That's the first result.
Did he?
Jason Momoa Jason Momoa has publicly shown his support for Stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter?
Yeah, that's his stepdaughter.
Oh, so he hooked up with fucking Lenny Kravitz's ex-wife?
I guess.
Damn, good on you, Jason Momoa.
Something like that happened, but yeah, cool. Jason Momoa. So Aquaman literally is Catwoman's dad, and that's awesome.
That's strange. Is she really even his stepdaughter? Did he raise her? Yes,
well, I don't know.
I seriously doubt it.
I don't know if he raised her, but it's his stepdaughter though. So that's what that was.
If I were her, I'd be like, "Fuck you, fuck you, Dad."
Fuck you, Aquaman.
Fuck you, Aquaman. That's actually kind of disturbing. For real.
So I don't know who Zoe Kravitz is, but she looks good. Do you have any thoughts about Paul Dano? You want to talk about Paul Dano?
Yeah, I like Paul Dano. I always liked him since I saw There Will Be Blood when I was a small child. Definitely not a movie you should watch as a small child, but I watched a lot of fucked up shit as a small kid. And like he gets murdered with the bowling pin at the end of that movie.
That's him.
By Daniel Day-Lewis. Oh. Yeah, Paul Dano. The I drink your milkshake scene. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen the movie, but I have seen that.
Well, that scene's like really famous. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Paul Dano is epic. I saw him in the classic movie Prisoners.
Yeah. He's really good at playing like weirdos, lunatics. Like sniveling fucking motherfuckers. Yeah.
He would be good as like if they did a gritty reboot of Recess. You know,
as a Randall, yeah. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, when I heard that casting, I was like, oh, he's perfect for the Riddler.
Yeah, he does seem pretty solid. And it's not even. There's a lot of people like fan cast for the Riddler, and it's just like second-rate Joker casting.
Yeah,
but I feel like he specifically would be like a good I don't want to be offensive, but like a good like kind of like autistic or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to be offensive. I'm sorry. But...
No. But I see what you mean.
Because Joker's not really that like.
Yeah, but that's Riddler. Yeah.
But Riddler's more that way. But I see Paul Dano as being like that a little bit, especially off of seeing him in Prisoners.
No, definitely. Yeah, I agree. But I am a bit worried though, because just speaking on the Joker thing, it does seem like maybe they can make him a bit Joker-esque. And, I don't want them to do that.
I think based on the casting, I don't think they will. Because, like I was saying, there's,
you know what they did with, Lex Luthor and fucking BVS? Yes. You know what I mean? I don't want them to do that.
But I think they kind of are, in a way, the whole grandstanding,
exactly.
Public figure, making a big public display of himself. But it's he's a Batman
kind of like Dark Knight.
But it's also, he's a Batman villain, so what else? He's going to hijack the TV and, do whatever shit like that, so... But like I said, though, I think the casting speaks to how they're gonna play it, so I don't think it's gonna be too jokery.
Yeah,
which is a good sign.
I agree.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I feel like we don't need any more
We don't need more Jokers.
Not even just that, just any more anybody attempting to be Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Joker. That's more specifically that.
We've had enough of that. So Evan, I have a cool question for you.
Yeah.
Now, Evan? Take this seriously.
Okay? Mm-hmm.
Who should play Robin in the Batman universe?
We're getting into that already.
Well, we can go back to normal stuff after this, but
honestly, I don't think he should play him, but there's that cop or whatever in it, and people are like, he's gonna be the Joker. Oh! You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What if he's Robin or some shit? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's Barry, whatever his name, Barry Keoghan or whatever, the actor, the guy from Eternals,
right?
Who's playing a cop in this?
Right. Oh, he's
And
Druig.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm disturbed by the fact that you knew his fucking name.
He has a good Joker face.
People are like, oh, what if he's the Joker? I seriously hope that's not the case.
Me too. I don't want any Joker in this movie.
Yeah, me either.
I'm sick of the fucking Joker.
But I did think that. I was like, what if he's I don't think it's gonna be that, but I was like, what if he's Robin or some shit?
They wouldn't cast a Joker face guy as fucking Robin. And also, I don't think they would. We said we would get back to this, the Dark Knight Rises thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
the cop being Robin.
That again, we're gonna do that. I hope not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was dog shit in Dark Knight Rises. That's my least favorite part of the whole movie, almost.
Yeah, I always thought really
bad.
I've said them before, but if they were gonna reference Robin there, he should have just been oh, my name is Dick Grayson,
Richard,
or something. Yeah, or Richard, whatever. Why do you have to be my name is Robin? That was always horrible.
His name being Stephanie. Stephanie Brown, Robin. I would take that. And he's oh, that's why I'm embarrassed of it, because I'm Stephanie Brown.
They should have did that.
That would be very stupid, but it would be better than fucking...
They should have just said Dick Grayson. Or Richard Grayson.
I'd take any Robin name.
Yeah.
Over that.
His fucking literal name being Robin.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's they wanted to do the Easter egg, but make it as obvious as... Because obviously, maybe there'll be some normies who don't know like
Robin's
his real name.
name.
Yeah.
They just know Robin, and they're like,
yeah,
oh, yeah, where's
you know
Robin?
what I mean? Yeah.
And I also like I kind of just hate. Sorry, we're talking about Nolan. This isn't a Nolan episode, but
there's reasons.
To, like the Robin theories and like the thoughts about Robin in the new franchise. But I hate the idea that he felt the need to include that shit.
Was it even him? I don't know.
Good question. It was, because I don't think after The Dark Knight they'd be like, well, we have to put stuff in, but also Spider-Man 3 they did exactly that, so who knows.
I don't know. Well, I don't want to get into The Dark Knight Rises. Maybe there's some other day. I don't want to get into it too much now.
Well, I do want to talk about Batman Begins at some point.
Well, you how about now? We talk about comparison if you'd like.
Oh, well, we can compare it a bit, but I mean like a full episode.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I want to do that at some point. I don't really I like The Dark Knight, and I actually do like The Dark Knight Rises somewhat, but
I like it too.
Yeah,
I think it's overhated. For the most part, it's a good movie.
It's a bit overhated.
It gets towards the ending, it starts getting pretty shitty. But
the ending with Talia is really bad.
Yeah. From that point on, it gets pretty shit. But for majority of it, I think it's a good movie.
The rest of it, I like.
Yeah,
I do like it. But I was also 15, and having Batman not show up for 30 minutes, I was like, come on.
Oh, that didn't bother me too much.
Me the Batman.
That was a long movie.
Yeah, it is a long
Speaking of long movies, the Batman will be the longest Batman movie so far.
How do you feel about that, Evan?
I'm gonna say, it could be a
It could be a slog.
Yeah, but I don't think it will be.
Because Matt Reeves is talented.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Matt Reeves, I'm a big fan.
The director.
The director of this film. He directed Cloverfield, iconic film for me. I have
the first Cloverfield.
Yeah, the first Cloverfield. I have many memories of that film.
I actually do too.
I was very heavily involved in the ARG that was going on before the film came out, so it holds a special place in my heart.
Oh, you were anticipating it like that?
Yeah, back when it came out. It had a huge viral marketing campaign behind it, and I was very heavily involved at the time.
Can I ask you something
about
that? About the Cloverfield campaign? Was it you or Andy that got scared? Was it Andy?
That was District 9, and that was Andy.
District
and that was
9,
Andy,
yes.
and that was Andy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we called like he was saying, kind of like a role play, promotional hotline, and they're like, look out, in your area, there's fucking aliens or something. I don't know. And Andy was like, turn it off. Yeah, please, turn it off. I was a little scared too, but the fact that Andy was scared made me less scared. I don't know if that makes sense.
Wow, why did I even turn that on? I was an asshole. I just thought it was funny.
It was funny. It was funny. We've been assholes to each other enough for it to balance out. But yeah, Cloverfield, very epic lore on Cloverfield.
And he did Let Me In, which is a remake of Let the Right One In, and that's also
Let the Right One In. What is that?
The vampire movie.
Yeah. You were saying I should watch that before I see Batman, didn't you?
I was saying you should watch it just in general, before Batman if you'd like. And then he did the last two of the new Planet of the Apes movies.
Right.
Yeah, I saw the second one, which was really, really good, and then I still have not seen the last one.
Rip
but I
James
will
Franco's
watch
career.
it. Yeah, Rip James Franco's career. He was only in the first one. He was in.
Really?
Yeah. He wasn't in either of the Matt Reeves ones.
I only saw the first one, so I haven't seen.
Yeah, he didn't direct that one.
I don't think I've seen a single Matt Reeves movie actually.
You haven't seen Cloverfield?
No.
Oh, you should check it out.
I watched dead ass. I hate myself. I hate this habit I have.
I hate myself so fucking much.
I hate myself. I can't believe I didn't see his genius films. No, but I hate myself. This habit I have of I've never seen Cloverfield, but I've probably seen at least 6 hours worth of videos about Cloverfield and the lore and the what's it called, the like you're saying, the ARG shit.
Yeah.
And I hate that about me.
No, it's okay.
I'll watch
those YouTube videos. They get you.
I've seen 3 hours plus of Steven Universe videos.
Oh God. Okay, now that's some other shit.
Yeah, man. I don't know. When someone really likes something, I'm interested to hear what they have to say, but I don't necessarily want to watch that content. I don't know. It's weird.
That's Steven Universe thing. That's interesting.
Well, not all of it was positive, but some of it was. But anywho. So Matt Reeves, I'm unfamiliar with his work, but I'll have to check out at least Let the Right One In. Is that what it's called?
Let Me In. Was his version, yeah.
The remake is Let Me In with Matt Reeves.
But both of them are good. Both of them are quite good. But yeah, so when I first heard that he was getting part of this film, I was very excited. Because he just he mostly does genre pictures. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was excited. I was just excited when he got announced.
Generally, when he got announced. Who came?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, fuck Ben Affleck. I don't give a fuck that he's not making it.
Deadass.
You know what's interesting? He was originally gonna direct it with Ben Affleck starring. So that's weird. This movie turned into something completely different.
Yeah, because it was
from its like initial phase.
Let's break it down.
Yes,
let's break it down. So Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting because I've always had this theory that this like the name of the movie, The Batman. I think that's like they took that from fans. I think
probably
because that was like the fan like title that fans had given the Ben Affleck movie.
I'm not crazy about it, honestly. That title.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know.
I don't care. Like, what else are you gonna call it? I don't give a shit. Like the Riddler.
Yeah,
like,
the Riddler.
I don't know. What are you gonna call it? I don't know. Like Batman : the Riddler.
Yeah.
Like who gives a shit? Just fucking the Batman's fine. But I do. So I think they took that name from the fans.
No, I agree.
And so BVS comes out. People are like, when is the Ben Affleck Batman movie? When's the Ben Affleck Batman movie? And that movie was just gonna be a clusterfuck. From what I heard, it was just going to be Ben Affleck fighting a bunch of the villains.
Yeah, like, also, at the time, the Arkham series was really popular.
Yeah.
I think it had a big influence on the Batman series in general.
People really responded to that one fight scene that was super Arkham-esque in BVS.
Yes, yeah.
For context, Evan has not seen that movie. So
maybe one day. We'll review it one day.
That's crazy. I don't want to say that. I really hate that fucking movie. But yeah, so people responded to that like Arkham-esque fight scene, and so I think, and also the Batmobiles are very similar. The Zack Snyder Batmobile and the like the standard Batmobile you get in Arkham Knight, they're very similar.
Yeah, it seemed like it was gonna be like a very Arkham influenced movie, which I'm glad that's not what they're doing.
Well, I would have liked to see. There was a Green Arrow movie. I think I might have mentioned it on the podcast before, called like Escape from Supermax. It got turned into a different non-superhero movie, I think. But it was originally going to be Oliver Queen Green Arrow escaping from, like, Arkham or Blackgate or something, like a superhero prison. And then it turned into a Batman movie, and then it got canned. I would always like to see a movie like that.
I mean, it sounds cool, but it's like, I don't know.
But also, it seems like...
Anytime you cram too many villains, a lot of times it doesn't work out.
It seems like probably a waste.
Yeah.
Because I'd much rather have, like, I'd much rather have a fucking genius character study like this. No, but seriously, I prefer like fuck team movies. Like my favorite movies are always like first movie in the franchise, origin movies, and shit like that. Like one villain, you just focus on each character. Like Iron Man 1's probably my favorite MCU movie. Spider-Man 1's my favorite Spider-Man movie. Shit like that. So I'm really excited for the Batman for that reason too. So. Yeah, fuck the Supermax idea. Fuck Ben Affleck.
It's kind of a fun idea, but it's like, I don't know. I don't give a shit about Ben Affleck's Batman,
sucks.
And then I didn't want him to direct it either. So I was like, Matt Reeves directing.
So I brought up
Supermax.
But
they were still gonna work together. So I was just intrigued in it in general, just because I was like, okay, Matt Reeves is working on it, but like Ben Affleck, and then just became an entirely new Batman thing.
Stink off it.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, now I'm excited, and I like Robert Pattinson, so.
So the reason I brought up the Supermax thing is because I wanted to just say how the movie went, I guess. So I think Ben Affleck kind of aped that idea because he didn't have any ideas. I really don't think he did. I don't think he had.
I probably not.
And also, he admitted eventually too. He was like, I just fucking I don't like this. Like I don't want to do this. So I don't blame him. Like I really don't. So he had that kind of like shitty hack idea. And then he was no longer directing but still starring, like you said. Matt Reeves came on, and then he wasn't even in the franchise anymore.
Yeah, so and it just became a new universe,
completely new thing. Which I respect them for doing that.
I agree.
I like that. So yeah, and then we have this epic movie that we now see in front of us.
Can we talk about how? Well, obviously, it's like realistic take on Batman.
Sure.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, Batman's set up for that. But the thing is, like, okay, we already have the well-respected Dark Knight trilogy,
which is
So this is a possible pitfall of this movie, or just this franchise in general coming up. It's like, well, they already kind of did that. You know what I mean?
There is one interesting. I have an interesting counter argument, Evan, to what you're fucking saying.
Before you get into that,
sure,
though,
go ahead.
I'm gonna say,
go ahead.
me and you both talked about this, but we hope, because obviously in this movie, it's all gonna be like very real world.
Yeah, like the Riddler, the Penguin,
the Riddler.
Catwoman, just people.
Well, we hope that they leave a little room for like the fantastical, possibly.
I do have I have an interesting thought about that.
Okay.
I have a very interesting fucking thought. If you want to hear my interesting thought, leave a like.
Yeah.
Leave a comment.
Or else the video will just stop here.
Literally,
you can't hear the rest.
Shit can this fucking video as you're watching it. I swear to God. No, but so I think this movie, this kind of ties into what you're saying about like leaving the room open for like more, I don't know, supernatural, if you want to say that, or like fantastical.
Yeah.
Fantastical stuff, like sci-fi too, whatever. Because this seems like it's based more on, it's like Scott Snyder. I don't know. You never read any of that, right?
No.
I don't blame you. It's not like, oh, you have to read this. Like, it's like the fucking Dark Knight Returns, which I do think that's like necessary reading if you like Batman. But, or like at least if you want to get into Batman comics, you have to read fucking Dark Knight Returns. You don't have to read Scott Snyder stuff. But he has like a very distinct take on Batman, which is like Kevin Smith. If you know, famed
of course I know.
Kevin
of course
Smith.
I know.
Well, that's for the audience. Okay. Famed director Kevin Smith. He's a big Batman fan. He had a Batman themed podcast, which is now just like a general nerd podcast. But anyways, the point is, on his old Batman podcast, he would talk about how Scott Snyder's Batman is like punk rock. And when you watch this, I mean, I guess he's a little more emo than punk rock.
That's what it seems like they're going for, like grungy type Batman. And it's set in the 90s also. So.
But you could call them both MCR Batman.
Yeah, sure.
You could. You really could.
I like the eye makeup. I really
also,
do. Look cool.
The eye makeup does look badass. And I like his hair.
Yeah.
And I also kind of like the idea of, like, we already had the Batman, like, Chris Nolan, where it's like, oh, he's a philanthropist, like, he has a certain image, whatever.
Yeah, I would say that the Bruce Wayne himself, he doesn't seem like Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne at all. They seem like very different.
Yeah, he's not worried about seeming suave or whatever. He's just like, yeah, I'm just how I am.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't seem like it's trying to bite Christopher Nolan's or anything. All I'm talking about is just the fact that it's like completely like grounded.
The only thing that's really the same, like you said, is like, you could maybe see this version of the Riddler being in a Chris Nolan movie.
Yeah, maybe.
That kind of thing.
I would have to see it before I would say definitely, but I know what you mean. Yeah,
I do think, though, that, like, this Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman, they all look definitely more heightened than Nolan.
Yes, that is true. I will say that. It does look, in general, like more comic booky.
Yeah.
I would say that,
Or, I don't know the word.
I don't think this Penguin would be in the Christopher Nolan movies.
Not. No, because he's a bit silly.
Yeah. And then...
Which is awesome. But
this Catwoman looks more like Catwoman than Anne Hathaway did in The Dark Knight Rises.
I could see her Catwoman being in, like, swapping her out in Rises, maybe.
Yeah, me too. But I'm just saying in general, in this, she looks like more comic booky, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, like you said, there's kind of there's a bit of a hint of maybe a more heightened comic book type world.
Definitely.
And his suit is kind of reminiscent of...
the suit's great.
The suit is pretty dope.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
And I really like I like the helmet, like the cowl, how it's like, it has like leather on top of it and it's like patchy.
Yeah.
Looks badass.
It does.
Looks freaking cool.
And I like the logo also.
The logo's pretty good.
I think I like this suit more than any of the Nolan suits.
I could see that.
Honestly, I'm not really that crazy about any of Nolan's Batman suits.
It's kind of like, it's funny, it's kind of like...
I do like the Batman Begins one, probably the most.
I was going to say, it's kind of like the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah.
Because the first one is like a little more comics accurate, and then the second two are like almost the same.
Yeah.
It's funny. But the Batman Begins suit is probably my favorite. If this movie comes out and I really like it in motion, this might be my favorite. But I have the Lego in front of me. The Lego is not too impressive.
It really isn't. Yeah, it's not great.
It kind of sucks, but that's okay. But anyways, what other cool thoughts do you have, Evan? What other cool thoughts?
Well, they're cool thoughts. No,
well, I did think it was interesting, some of the parallels to the Nolan movies.
Oh, what were you saying about Scott Snyder though?
That kind of tied into what we were saying about the villains being more heightened, and like that punk rock Batman is already like a level of fantastical above the Nolan movies.
Yeah.
Like the Nolan movies seems very married to like, okay, let's try and make this real.
Yeah.
Like as real as you possibly can for Batman. But this seems kind of like, let's move in that direction where it's like, it's still realism, but it's also, like we were saying, like it's fantastical in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of punk rock or whatever, or
I just don't want them to dig themselves into a hole. You know what I mean? Not a hole, but like, I don't want them to be stuck. It's like, okay, well, we can only do this. You know what I mean?
I think Nolan did that to an extent.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm like, well, okay, you're doing Riddler. Nolan never did Riddler, but it's like, well, who else are you going to be able to do now that Nolan didn't do? You know what I mean? Because we don't want Joker again. And then I guess you could do Bane. But it's like, I don't want to see...
Honestly, I
really want Mr. Freeze. That's what I'm saying. Yes. I hope they leave room for, like, maybe science fiction or something like that. Which I think maybe they might be.
The ones that come to mind, I guess, are Man-Bat and Mr. Freeze.
Man-Bat, that would be really cool,
I would really like them to do an accurate Roz, though. Because...
Well, we got Roz before.
And Hugo.
And Liam Neeson Roz was awesome.
Hugo Strange.
Yeah, that's also possible.
I fucking love Hugo Strange.
But can he carry a whole movie,
Yes,
though?
he can.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Because if you think about, like, the... he actually sucks in the comics. There's, like, no good Hugo Strange, like, stories, but if you think about, like, the beginning parts of Arkham City...
That was awesome.
And also, I don't know if you've seen it, but, like, the Hugo Strange episode of the animated series...
No, I didn't see that.
Fucking badass. And there's a part where he's looking into Bruce Wayne's brain, and it's like... It's like everything's turning into bats, and he's like, I need to seek vengeance! And then Hugo Strange's like, ah! It's badass. They need to do that.
Didn't that happen with, like, Scarecrow?
I'm sure it happens all the time. I'm sure Batman does that all the time with people, but yeah, so I would like some more fantastical type characters. I mean, really, he can pull from...
We need a good Mr. Freeze. We really do. No Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We need a good Poison Ivy, too.
I don't know if I want her. She is cool, though, but, like...
Maybe not as the main villain.
Yeah, I don't know if I want her in a movie.
I think Hugo can carry a movie. I think he can.
Maybe.
I think he can. Maybe. Like a psychologist versus Batman, that's badass. But you might want to do that when you have more rogues already.
Yeah.
Because he can be like, well, I've studied the fucking Riddler, and you know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Yeah. Like that kind of thing. He's working in Arkham or something. But Evan, who would you... We're kind of jumping the gun, but this episode's all over the place, so whatever. So, Evan, what villain would you see next if you could just pick right now?
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze would be the
yeah, hell yeah.
Mr. Freeze, also, if you want to check out my other channel, Capes and Tights, I ranked all the Batman villains. You can check that out. It's an epic video. My top 3 favorites are Roz, Mr. Freeze, and Hugo, I think. So.
Yeah, and I think just also the fact that they do have like the emo-esque Batman. I feel like when like Mr. Freeze's like tragic backstory, they could like tie that in well. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits.
So that would be interesting.
But there's like please like just do like the Paul Dini Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Just do that one. Cuz after that they did a lot of wacky stuff with Mr. Freeze. Like, did I ever tell you about that?
No.
I think it was the New 52, which is like the kind of the Scott Snyder era I was talking about, that this movie seems kind of maybe a little influenced by. Which is funny because they don't cite that as an influence, but you can see it. But Evan, they made Mr. Freeze like kill his mom. Like, he was a kid and he like pushed his mom in a pool of ice. I was like, yeah, I remember when I read that, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like,
in a pool of ice.
Fire whoever wrote that. That was when I first got into comics too. So I was like, what the fuck? Like,
no, just have his wife dies and all that.
The whole Nora thing. And also they changed it so Nora doesn't even know who he is. It's just a woman he was obsessed with that he claimed was his wife.
Okay, that's so stupid.
No, don't do any of that bullshit. Fuck all that. But I also would like to see maybe Mr. Freeze and Batman team up. I don't know who.
Kind of like in City.
Yeah,
where they do briefly, and then Mr. Freeze betrays him.
Because Mr. Freeze.
That was fucking awesome. The whole
awesome.
Mr. Freeze stuff in Arkham City was awesome.
Everything is fantastic about Mr. Freeze in City. I really wish they let Paul Dini write Night. That would have been awesome. Yeah, Night fucking sucks. But I think he's a perfect villain for a team up.
Yeah, so maybe you could have like 2 villains in it, and then Mr. Freeze fucks him over.
He helps him beat Firefly or something.
Some shit like that, yeah, for real.
But then Mr. Freeze does a double heel turn, and he's evil again at the end of the movie.
Because he's not like extremely evil.
No, he just wants to save his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like, you know how they say like, oh, every Batman villain is a twisted fucking mirror.
Yeah.
Batman. He's kind of like Batman, like he's like the what's it called? The denial stage of Batman.
Yeah,
like Batman if he thought he could still save
his parents. Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
like, I feel like they could tie that, like with the themes they're kind of going with in this movie. They can maybe do that well.
That's a cool fucking idea. That melds really well.
Because I know Robert Pattinson. I just saw an interview because we were just talking about like that one interview with all the actors. We have not watched it yet. But it seems like they're starting to do press for it and everything. Yeah. And I was watching like the GQ interview, I think, with Robert Pattinson, and he said that he felt like in this, he really wanted to play up like the tortured aspect of Batman. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Yeah, they could probably do that.
That's a cool fucking idea.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves, that one is on RNS podcast.
And I don't know, have they really in any of the movies? I don't think they have done that. Where he's like, no. Where he's like tortured. Maybe a bit in the Nolan movies.
He's pretty tortured in Begins.
Yeah.
Especially like when he's gonna kill Joe Chill in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen Batman Begins.
It's actually awesome. In the beginning of Batman Begins, like fucking Katie Holmes, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to like the court hearing for Joe Chill and shit, and like he's about to kill Joe Chill when he's like being walked out of court, and then like a mob guy kills him instead on some JFK shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not seen that movie in like over 10 years. He's like legit over 10 years since the last time I've seen it.
Katie Holmes, and then like, she's like, "Oh, what were you thinking?" Like, what? And like he shows her the gun, and she's like, "Yeah, it's fucking so good." Batman Begins is fucking epic.
Yeah. I need to rewatch it.
But he's pretty tortured in Rises.
About his parents, though? Not really.
No.
But that's what I mean. It's like...
specifically about his past.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's pretty fucking tortured, though,
in Rises, though, he is tortured. You're right.
But he's, like, physically tortured in Rises.
But I don't know. I think that's interesting. It's instead of, like, the... Maybe he is a bit still a playboy in this. I don't know. Just, like... I don't know how to put it. I know this is what Matt Reeves said, and it's kind of cringy, but like the Kurt Cobain type of influence. I don't know. I think that's cool for Batman. I'm excited to see that. This is like an interesting take.
Too, like this is a Batman that doesn't really bother with the persona.
Yeah.
Like it's like he just kind of is. I hate when people say like, "Oh, Batman's the real man and Bruce Wayne's the mask." Yeah. I hate when people say that, but it's kind of like that where it's like that taken to the nth degree where he doesn't even bother pretending to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and
like it's all Batman.
In the new trailer, it seems like at the very beginning, she's like, "Yeah, it doesn't really seem like you're doing shit." So he doesn't really care about the Bruce Wayne persona.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited to see that. I think maybe by the end of the movie, he'll start trying to like do the better balance. That might be something that happens.
Be like a philanthropist.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I could
Bruce Wayne
potentially see that, and also the philanthropy thing, possibly with. We have talked about, probably what seems to be a part of the plot is like, the Waynes are actually evil or whatever.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
I'm saying that could be something they maybe lean into. He's like, I want to better the image of the Waynes or something, like they end up getting exposed. So he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
he's the one that's
this might actually be a legit character arc for him. We might be predicting something right now.
That's true.
Can we talk about that?
Waynes being evil?
Yeah, like some of the things we're worried about in this movie.
Oh, well, there's a lot of things I'm worried about, to be frank.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
Well, I'm worried about that because I'm not usually a fan of the Waynes being evil.
It's not something they do a lot, but it's like it just seems like a very tired trope to me. You know what I mean? It's like
Sins of the Father.
Yeah. So
which is like Batman's almost always the opposite. Like he had a great fucking hero doctor father that he wants to live up to.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not really something I'm interested in seeing.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me either. It's a little tired.
Yeah.
And I'm also worried about. So this is interesting, Evan.
Yeah.
This is quite interesting. So we were watching the video just now, the trailer, right? And at the end they show like, here are the comics that it's influenced by, and it fucking.
I don't think it said influence. I think it said, like just read these.
But those are like.
What I know, Year One was there though. Year One was there. I didn't see what else it was.
Those are the ones that Matt Reeves was like, these are the ones this movie's influenced by, and it's Darwin Cook Ego, Batman Ego, which I have not read, but that one's like a very internal, like Bruce Wayne versus Batman, like they're actually like discussing things.
Oh, really?
And like they're
like they're two separate entities.
Yeah, they're like at ends with each other in Bruce Wayne's head, kind of thing, or something like that. And then Long Halloween,
which is interesting because we were just kind of saying that seems like something he's not doing in this. So I don't know.
Yeah, because I think Ego is very much like Bruce Wayne's like, Batman, you're a monster. Like it's like kind of like that. So that doesn't seem
like something that's in this movie.
But I guess we'll see when it comes And then Long Halloween obviously is in there, but this doesn't seem Long Halloween-esque at all. Like, I don't know why that's kind of the same thing for...
Maybe it's the characterization or something. I don't know. I haven't read it, though, so I can't say. I'm just, like, maybe it's something like that.
I think it's just, like, that's the most famous, like, noir Batman story.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe why.
Oh, just bringing that up, though, actually, you continue. I don't want to cut you off. We can talk about the thing we're excited for after this, so let's just talk about the bad.
But just to clarify, I'm talking about the touted influences in comics.
Yeah.
And then they had, it was Batman Ego, Halloween...
And Year One.
Year One is obvious.
That makes sense, yeah.
Year One is clear. Long Halloween less so, and Ego even less so than the other ones. But it's interesting to me that there's nothing Scott Snyder there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they just don't feel the need to push those books because they were popular at, like, they're fairly modern. So it's like, oh, like, we don't need to sell reprints of that. Like, they already sell well. I don't fucking know. But that's kind of the one that seems the most obvious as an influence next to Year One. And then also there is a very distinct Tom King reference. I think, did I talk to you about this?
The Bat and the Cat.
The Bat and the Cat. I don't like that.
Why not?
Because
I want to know because I don't know. Tell me.
Tom King is a shit writer.
Oh.
Sorry, Tom. I know you're listening. But
yeah, you fucking asshole.
You fucking hack. Nah, he just all his stories with Catwoman and Batman is basically like Catwoman's his mommy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Like, he's always getting into trouble, and Catwoman has to save him.
It seems like that's what they're going for in this movie.
Catwoman's like the only thing that like makes him happy, and Tom King was like, oh, I'm divorced, and like I wish I had a Catwoman. Like, fuck you, Tom.
That seems like what they're going for in this movie. I was like,
that's what I'm worried about because that sucks.
Yeah. It seems like there's a bit of animosity between them, but as far as the trailer goes, it looks like, okay, they're going to end up teaming up for maybe a good portion of the movie.
I think a big chunk they'll be basically teammates.
Yeah. And at the end of the new trailer, you see, like, they're fighting goons together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which looked fucking awesome, by the way. I will say that.
All the action looks fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's one thing I'm not worried about at all.
But, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind the Batman team up, but... I don't know.
Well, for the record, too...
I don't know if I want them to be, like, straight up, like, partners. You know what I mean? I like kind of, like, the...
Yeah.
Will they, won't they type thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, it's not even a will they, won't they. It's like they're frenemies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I kind of prefer that. Instead of them just being...
much prefer that. It's like they, like... He arrests her sometimes. He lets her get away sometimes. He fucks her sometimes.
It's like they beat up some goons, but she steals a diamond in the process. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, no.
But people...
They could do that, though. By the end of the movie, maybe she'll end up having some kind of motive or of her own or something.
And one thing I hated, too, is one of the most famous things Tom King did when he was doing Batman was he had Batman and Catwoman get married, and then it was a fake out, and Catwoman, like, left him at the altar. And it's just that speaks to his whole like Batman, like it's so oh my god,
that's kind of cringy.
It is cringe. It's very cringe because like I said, it comes from his like experience. Like it was very like,
well, you know what, good on him for
no, bad on him
bringing some personal,
write a good fucking story. And I also bought 2 of his I've read a little bit of his stuff, and I bought 2 of like what was supposed to be like his best issues. Like there's one issue where he it's like Bruce Wayne is a witness for a Mr. Freeze trial.
Yeah.
And he, like, gets him exonerated because he knows he's innocent. And he can't do it as Batman. That sucked, and it was a ripoff of a different comic. And there was also another one where Superman and Bruce Wayne go on a double date. That one also sucked.
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
He's a fucking... I don't like him, and I really don't want his influence.
This man wrote an Archie comic.
Yeah, write some Archie comics, dude. Jesus Christ. But I was gonna say, like you said, the fact that this movie seems like they're probably teaming up for a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
And like the most modern thing where Batman and Catwoman were like that close was Tom King. So that has me a little worried.
And like you said, there's that direct reference to the Bat and the Cat thing.
Yeah, and they constantly call each other Bat and Cat.
Yeah.
In the Tom King books, so it's very, very cringe, very bad. Don't like Tom King.
Yeah, and then so there's that. I'm not too worried about it. I think it'll be fine, but I like we said, I prefer like the frenemy dynamic.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think they'll go that far to emasculate Batman that hard in a movie, because he's very emasculated constantly in Tom King's books. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, and that's not to say that like, oh, he has to save Catwoman all the time.
Yeah.
But he definitely like, Batman is not a character that would like, oh, Catwoman, like, I'm only happy because you're here. Like,
yeah, I don't like that.
What the fuck? No. But they just have like a little fling going on, and they're like. I
think it was done well in like Arkham City.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Pretty much anything that's not Tom King, it's done fine. It's also good in Returns, Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same kind of deal.
So we'll see how it is. How it's done in this. We'll see how it's done. But what was I gonna say before?
Well, can I ask you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have a huge question.
Of course.
Well, what were you gonna say, just so you don't forget?
No, I know. I'm not gonna forget because I'm gonna mention like.
You got it locked in.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a quick, quirky question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think in this movie they will seemingly team up, and then she will sneakily steal the diamond and run away?
That's what I was kind of saying earlier. Maybe potentially.
Do you think that will happen?
Potentially.
If you had to put a number on it, percentage.
Like 50-50.
It's a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Please continue.
What do you think?
No.
No.
Which is a bad sign.
We'll see.
Which is a bad sign, because I feel like they're gonna go like more formal team up.
Yeah.
Which is what I don't want.
But there's a lot we don't know what's gonna happen in though, because it is a 3-hour movie.
Grace Randolph knows what happens.
Well, I don't care about her.
It is a 3-hour long.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour movie, so a lot of shit is gonna happen for sure.
Yeah.
So who knows? There might be like, for all we know, everything we see might only be like the fucking first half.
That is actually something I wanted to mention. Is they've been pretty restraintful about what they've been showing.
Yeah. Except one thing that me and you both talked about.
Oh yeah.
So in the last show, they revealed that Riddler knows who he is, which we already kind of had a feeling might be the case, but it's like, why spoil it in the trailer?
Because they do in the trailer say like, well, what part do I have in this?
Yeah.
And he's like, you'll see, or whatever. But they had to go like hard confirm like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really like that.
Me either.
They shouldn't have revealed that.
But yeah, it seems like, I think he's gonna end up being like, he was some super poor kid and then like he hates rich people. That's what it seems like the case is.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're going with.
Yeah, maybe.
On some high and low shit, but I don't know.
What if he's Thomas Wayne Jr.? What if that?
Oh my god, my mind will be blown.
I hope that's not it.
No, that would be stupid.
I hope that's not it. Thomas Wayne Jr. is epic.
He's just fucking he's a Thomas Wayne bastard son of the Riddler.
I think like that's real. That's from the comics.
They try to do that they did that in the Joker, except they pussied out and then didn't stay with it.
But there really is like an evil twin Bruce Wayne called Thomas Wayne Jr., I think. That's like his like bastard son, like that.
I don't think it's gonna be that anyways.
I think that's real though.
There's no way it's gonna be
Hush?
That. We did talk about how it seems like they've taken some Hush influence there. I mean, even just the costume.
He looks a bit more like Hush than the Riddler.
Yeah.
So.
His costume, the only Riddler type thing his costume has is that in green.
And doesn't it have a question mark on it?
I don't know. Does it? I don't think it does.
I think there's a little part that has question marks, but I might be wrong.
But it's not like too many or anything. No. But for him, he doesn't really look like
He's
Riddler.
Not Jim Carrey, exactly.
Besides the fact that it's green.
You know what would be badass?
What?
You would be fucking badass?
What would be a badass?
If they just do all the Schumacher villains.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying. Bring Mr. Freeze.
Because this one's Riddler.
Yeah.
Do Mr. Freeze, and then you
Two-Face.
do like Bane or Poison Ivy or... Yeah.
No Two-Face.
I feel like Two-Face you don't need to do Two-Face again.
Yeah, they did him twice already. And I like Two-Face in The Dark Knight a lot.
Me too. I always forget about him, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Because Heath Ledger's just that fucking good,
such
bro.
A fucking shining star in the dark night.
Yeah, No, but yeah, he went done well in The Dark Knight.
I agree.
And he's like the finale of the movie, not even the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
He already got busted.
Yeah.
Joker.
But
yeah, just do the Schumacher villains again.
Yeah, I agree. Even Poison Ivy, fuck it, just do a Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy, I'm like, that might be a bit too much. That's why I was like, I don't know, that's like might be a bit too much for me, especially with like this Batman. From what we've seen so far, I'm like, that might be extra, but who knows? It could be cool.
Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy kind of like almost on the same. Like a freeze gun is pretty out there, but it's a little more realistic than like a woman who controls all plant life. I don't know, but yeah, pretty epic.
Oh, what I'm gonna say though is, I think something I am excited for is that I think they're going to be playing into the detective thing more in this. I'm excited for that, yeah, because I don't think that's something they ever really do, and obviously the villain being the Riddler, it already kind of plays into that.
Yeah, he's like the fucking, like the perfect
detective
one, which is interesting.
So I think there's going to be like some brain versus brain going on stuff in it. So I'm excited for that. Yeah,
that's very cool.
And I was thinking like, when I watched the trailer the other day, I was wondering like, does he like already know Batman Bruce Wayne through whatever happened in his history, or did he like deduce like, oh, this is Bruce Wayne? You know what I mean?
From like while he's the Riddler, or shortly before he became the Riddler, or
you get what I'm saying?
He might have been a Wayne employee.
I hope not. I don't think that's it.
That's the case in the animated series.
Oh, hopefully not.
Yeah, some Stark shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally what I thought about. So I'm like,
he's probably just from like a gentrified area of Gotham.
I think it's like gonna be some shit like that. No, I'm serious. I think it's gonna be some shit like that.
That's not bad.
It could be okay.
I wonder what it'll be.
I don't know. Also, I think we see that he gets arrested in the movie.
He does.
I think that can be early on. I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then like still some shit is happening while he's behind bars.
Yeah, because I heard that there's a leak that he blows up someone's phone in their stomach while they're in there.
Really?
No, that's from The Dark Knight.
Oh. Yeah, that's how far removed I am from the Nolan movies at this point. I have not seen them in a long time.
Yeah, because there's a fat guy with a big scar on his stomach in the holding cell. And he's like, I don't feel good. And the cop's like, get back in there.
Jesus. The Joker of Wild.
It's so evil. But, yeah, he's probably definitely going to be on some, like, the villain from Skyfall, Joker, like, I meant to get captured the whole time.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't like that trope.
Me either, really, but I'm guessing going to happen early on.
Yeah.
So. But I don't know if he'll break out or what, because then we see other footage of him in the costume doing shit. So I don't know. I don't know what the timeline's like.
It could be the third act that he gets captured.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, I feel like I have a feeling that there's like a good chunk of the movie we have not like seen anything of. Maybe.
I heard that. Do you want to know a bit of a spoiler? It's not a spoiler. No, it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler.
I don't want to know.
But
this I'm actually genuinely excited for.
Okay, listen.
Spider-Man No Way Home, I was excited for, but I'm like, I don't care about MCU.
It's not a spoiler. Okay.
That's just your excuse to tell me it.
Yes, it is. No, but it's when something in the movie takes place.
Okay.
Allegedly. Grace, according to Grace Randolph, my mom.
Of course.
I believe she knows.
I didn't say she doesn't know.
I believe she knows the general plot of the movie. But she said that the scene where it's like Batman with the flare walking through the sewer.
Yeah.
Apparently that takes place, I think, at the midpoint of the movie. Cool.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah. Okay. Well, just because we were talking about, we don't know like when anything happens. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's right.
So she was just like, yeah, that scene takes place in the middle of the movie.
Well, because she says after that scene, everything gets nutty.
Oh, it gets nutty.
She says it gets really nutty after that.
Well, there is, they were saying, this is a horror movie or whatever.
Yeah.
I hope it's actually true for once, like, not them mislabeling, misgenrering.
I'll say this, it's much more likely for a WB movie than a Disney movie.
Of course, yeah. I actually genuinely believe Matt Reeves probably had, like, full control on the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he wrote it as well. He's the writer and the director. So
like, maybe a few things, maybe not.
But for the most part, I feel like he probably had...
I feel like creatively he had almost, pretty much all the control.
And the fact that they're, like, bringing him on for, like, the TV shows and stuff like that, it seems like, he definitely... They're like, you seem like you know what you're doing. So, they're like...
That Reeves a badass.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for his take on Batman.
I am as well.
Oh, cool. Are you excited, Evan? Can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a hardball. This is a difficult question, Okay.
Yes.
Do you think Batman will string someone upside down in this movie?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I've never thought about that in my life.
No.
I never thought about it in my life. Will Ben Affleck? No. Fucking That was a Freudian slip. So actually, why? No. Never in my life have I thought, will Robert Pattinson Batman tie someone upside down in the Batman 2022?
You don't think he will?
Yeah, he might, but I haven't thought about it at all. That thought never crossed my mind.
Does. I like when Batman strings someone upside down.
Oh no, I don't like it because I like when I see that I think of Spider-Man. So that's why I don't see Batman do it.
Batman does it.
You know what I mean though?
No.
It was cool when he did it in the Arkham games, though. I guess.
Yeah. He does in Batman Begins as well.
Oh, nice.
He said, "Where are the drugs?" All right, I'll ask you another percentage question.
Yeah.
I want you to give me a percentage on how likely. What likelihood do you think, Evan, that there's another named villain in the movie that we don't know
about? I honestly don't think it's... Well, the fucking Penguin's in it. Oh, which is why I wanted to talk...
That we don't know about, I said.
Oh, okay. We should talk about the Penguin, though, because we have not.
Cool.
I think it's low. I don't think they're going to do it.
I give it a 30.
I'm a bit lower. Maybe like 10-20%.
That might seem high. But just the fact
I honestly do think it could be straightforward, the movie.
I do think so, too. Yeah. But I think, like, if they're walking through Arkham and you see Zaz or something, that counts.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So.
But, like, I don't want another Zaz reference. They already did that in fucking...
Dark Knight.
Yeah. I guess he's a pretty good background villain.
Yeah, he's not too distracting. You just put him there. Or
they're like, I will never use him.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Or they could have Batman bashing his head in like the cold open of the next movie or something. Yeah.
I guess he'd be a cool villain for a movie. They haven't done him.
Well, what is he
doing? But it's like, I don't think Zach could hold his own movie either, honestly.
No,
yeah.
No. And I was actually trying to think of, like, since you were like, oh, Riddler's the perfect villain in the Rogues Gallery for, like, the detective version of Batman. Yeah. What other villains do you think would fit for that? Like
Calendar Man. Honestly, that'd be goofy, but Calendar Man.
I think you could do Calendar Man.
Maybe Dr. Pig. That'd be cool. They did Dr. Pig, yeah. Maybe. Kind of like how he was in Night, where he's like more like serial killer-esque. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Calendar Man was actually my first thought, too, when I thought of that question, but I think he's a bit too Riddler-y.
Yeah, definitely, but that's what I think of.
But, yeah, it's that kind of villain.
Yeah, Pig, I don't know who else.
I wouldn't mind seeing him fight a crime lord.
Yeah, Black Mask would be cool too.
See a more straight-laced kind of...
The only thing is they did Black Mask recently with Birds of Prey.
That's true. But, well, I mean like fucking Falcone or something.
Well, Falcone's in the movie as well.
Is he?
Yeah, John Turturro plays him.
Oh, shit.
Well, you want to talk about that? I feel like he's going to be involved with Penguin somehow.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
It's probably... I imagine the movie might play out like Riddler...
I think Riddler's trying to kill Penguin.
Is he?
Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I read a plot point of this movie is that Riddler's trying to kill all the people running for mayor in Gotham.
Oh.
Yeah, and Penguin is running for mayor in the movie. Yeah. And this wasn't a spoiler. That was like part of the plot synopsis or whatever.
Badass.
Yeah. That's and obviously, I'm pretty sure you can be like the fucking corrupt he can be the corrupt one.
Like Donald fucking Trump.
Yeah.
No, but that's really interesting. I was about to say, I think the movie's structure might go like, he's like serial killing like the aristocrats, and it's like, oh, it's Falcone, and it's Penguin.
Yeah.
And then it's Batman. Like.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's gonna be something like that.
Interesting. Did we just crack your fucking code, Matt Reeves? Did we just fucking figure you out?
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, talk about Penguin. Colin Farrell. He looks fucking cool.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You can't even tell it's him.
Nah.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you I wanted Colin Farrell to play Batman?
No, you haven't. I think a lot of people have like fan casted him as Batman before.
Well,
which isn't terrible. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of Colin Farrell, but it's not bad casting.
I don't think he's a great actor anymore.
I don't either.
I used to like him more than I currently do, but he just looks like Batman, kind of. Like he just looks like a Bruce Wayne, but yeah, I'm kind of over it, but good Penguin though.
Yeah, he looks really cool. The makeup they've done is like crazy. I was just seeing that as, like, was amazing me. I'm like tired of fucking CGI characters in in superhero movies. So the fact that they have someone who's like 10 hours in makeup type shit, like
just to make him fat.
Yeah, like that, and his face and everything. I'm like very excited for that.
I have another percentage question for you.
Yeah,
it's a good one. What do you think? Okay, Evan. What do you think the chance is that the Penguin will have a monocle fashioned out of a broken Coke bottle, like in Arkham City?
Out of a Coke bottle?
Yeah, broken Coke
probably
bottle.
like 2%.
I think it's probably 0.
Yeah. He'll probably get a monocle, though, in the movie.
Maybe
by the end.
But doesn't that happen in Arkham City?
I don't remember that.
I think because he's in Arkham City, so he can't, like, get a real monocle. So I think he has, like, a broken Coke bottle on his face.
Did he really?
Like, the bottom part of it.
I don't remember that.
I think so.
That's cool, though.
It's badass.
Yeah, probably pretty low, the chances of that happening. They're gonna... I don't know how big his part in the movie will be, but they're probably gonna set him up for future stuff.
I think he'll be pretty... Yeah, like a fucking TV show,
Oh, is he getting a TV show?
Allegedly. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, it's like, do you really want to be in that makeup for, like, multiple episodes of a series and you're the main character? So you're going to be in that makeup chair how many times?
No, it's fucking ridiculous.
Seems unrealistic,
no,
yeah.
I don't think so. Should have just casted a big fat guy if you wanted to make a TV show.
Yeah.
But, I think it could be what I said. Like, maybe the first act, Penguin's, like, a big player. Or
I don't think he's gonna be in like the whole movie, honestly. He'll be if he's in it. It's not gonna be like he has a big part throughout the whole movie. I don't think so. Kind of like you said, it might be like like at a certain point he's coming after Penguin or something, and then he has like for 30 minutes or something a pretty big role. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it'll be something like that. Initially, I thought he was gonna be in it for maybe like 10 minutes or less, or like.
I know it doesn't seem like that based on the trailer, but like I said, I don't know.
I mean, especially now with the runtime.
Yeah.
Like, he'll probably be a pretty significant character. And obviously Catwoman's going to be a huge
What do you think going on in that chase scene? Were you chasing him?
I don't know exactly. Because the way you described it makes me think, like, he's supposed to be protecting Penguin.
Yeah.
But he's running him the fuck down.
So I don't know what's happening there.
Maybe.
But I seriously doubt he's, like, working with Riddler or anything. I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, he's working with fucking Falcone, right? If anything.
And also, Penguin, he already kind of doesn't get along with the other villains, right? Am I wrong? That's kind of like a characterization of him, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, they're all kind of 50-50.
Okay.
Like, if they want to team up, they team up. If they fight, they fight. Like, yeah, it's kind of random, I feel like. But I know in Arkham City, he's a bitch.
Yeah.
But in Arkham City, they're all, like, basically turned on each other because they're, like, trying to take the city over and shit. Yeah. So, Arkham City's awesome.
That was cool. Like, the gang wars and that. that was really cool.
I love that.
Yeah, that's all we got to say about the Batman.
You have any more cool thoughts?
It's awesome. It's fucking cool.
It's awesome. It's dope. It's cool. No, the visual style is actually amazing.
Yes, just the cinematography is gonna be amazing. I forgot the name of the cinematographer, but he did let me in also. So him and Matt Reeves have worked together before, and that movie is beautiful.
That's a good sign.
And he also did the recent movie that I quite enjoyed, Dune. He did the cinematography of Dune. And Dylan, even if you did not like Dune, you had to admit the movie did look amazing.
It looked alright.
Oh, okay.
No,
well, you know. Well, you know what? We can just end the episode now. No, I'm joking. But yeah. So, you know, he does good work. So I'm very excited for that.
He's a real one.
Yeah.
So, epic.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the movie will actually have, like, a soundtrack in it? Obviously, they keep playing Something in the Way.
Something in the Way is awesome.
Can I tell a funny story about that song?
Sure.
Simply brought it up. It's relevant to Batman.
Sure.
So, I first heard Nirvana's Nevermind when I was, like, in 4th grade. Also, not an album you should listen to as a 4th grader, because it's very depressing.
Is that Raimi in that one?
No, that's it from In Utero.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's just... It's not something you should listen to as a kid. But anyways, I was listening to it as a kid. And that song, you know, I felt to that song heavy as a kid. And I would play it on repeat in my bedroom alone. This is not a joke. I'm like dead ass.
Something in the Way?
Yeah.
That's badass.
And when I was like in the 4th grade, I was in my room. I would listen to it, the album on my DVD player.
CD?
Yeah, because you know how DVD players play with CDs. I would put it on my DVD player. So
Did you get that from your lovely brother?
My DVD player?
Or like the CD?
I burned a copy of it because Joey had it.
You burned it?
Yeah, I burned. Remember burning CDs with the thing? Yeah.
Badass.
And I would just listen to it. And that song specifically, I was like, oh my God, it's so good.
I really did.
But it says a lot about, you know, I would come to love depressing shit. So you
also
know.
Another cool story.
Yeah.
I used to think you were really cool when we were kids.
Thank you.
I
know you don't think I'm cool anymore.
No, I don't. But I did think you were very cool.
You realize the truth.
No, but I did because I was like, this dude has like R-rated Wii games. And,
no
like,
more heroes.
And, like badass music and stuff. Yeah. You're a cool kid.
Yeah, I was ahead of my time. Now I'm just a fucking like, oh yeah, everybody's like that.
Yeah, now you're just a schlub, but that's all right. Yeah, everyone.
You know, I had a heyday. We all have a heyday, so you know, I had mine. It came and went. Can't complain.
No, I still think your taste is cool.
Thank you.
I still admire your taste. I think it's badass.
I like your taste too, Dylan.
You know what?
You know quite a lot about superheroes and stuff. No, for real. You know.
It's not very.
You're not on that normie shit, so.
I guess, yeah. I guess.
And cartoons and shit. Dylan's the guy to come to when it comes to cartoons.
Thank you.
I'm serious.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm being genuine.
Okay.
I'm being genuine. I appreciate that. We didn't talk about the Batmobile. You want to talk about
I don't even know what it looks like. I'm dead ass. Can you show me a picture right now? I don't even know what it looks like.
I think it's basically a Dodge Charger with a jet engine on the back.
When you talk about the bike, I know what the bike looks like.
Oh yeah, that picture came out before like almost.
Yeah, it was right? During when the leaked set photos came.
It was a stunt guy.
It was right before COVID. Right before COVID.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Back when the world was nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I just googled Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves Batmobile. So I think it's, I don't know, it's like a Dodge Charger. I'm not a car guy.
It looks cool. I like it. I could see it potentially a bit like being upgraded or some shit in the future, yeah. But yeah, it looks cool. I don't mind it. I think I like it more than Tumblr.
Can I say something?
Not a huge fan of the Tumblr.
Can I say something messed up?
Sure.
This is really messed up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, once I got the Lego Tumblr...
You grew to love it more?
I grew to like the Tumblr a little
No,
bit.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I used to have a toy Tumblr.
I'm not huge on the Tumblr either.
I used to have one, but...
I love this guy. I'm going to touch it. Just for you.
It looks really cool in Lego form. I can't lie.
It looks cool.
I think it looks better in Lego than it does in the actual movie.
It just fits. It just fits. It's blocky. It's fucking badass.
But in the movie, I'm not crazy about it. And like I said, I used to have a toy. Like, I had the Dark Knight figure. It might be the same one you have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he came with the Tumbler. I used to have that.
Oh, you had the Tumbler?
Yeah,
Oh, that's badass.
I have no idea what happened to it. It was when I was a little kid.
I didn't often get vehicles for my action figures. I don't know why.
I don't even remember who gave that to me. Probably Joey or something, but I don't remember.
That's awesome.
I used to have that.
But yeah, the Tumblr grew on me. But I think that also speaks to what we were saying about this being a little more comic booky.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and also like I said, like kind of that Scott Snyder flavor where it's like punk rock a little bit. Because it's literally like just a fucking. I keep calling it Dodge Charger. I don't know if that's what it is, but it's basically just like a Dodge Charger with a fucking jet engine slapped onto it. Yeah. That's very like punk kind of.
Yeah,
aesthetic.
for sure. Yeah.
And it's definitely more
DIY
like
Batman.
Yeah. I'm sure people have said that about him.
Does he have a Lucius Fox in this movie? I don't think he does, right?
Lucius Fox is deadass one of my favorite Batman characters.
No, he's awesome. So I actually really like Morgan Freeman Lucius Fox in the movies. Yeah, he's awesome.
I don't know if there's a Lucius.
Not yet.
I don't know. But it is interesting that like what are they willing to like copy? Like,
yeah.
Like what are they? It's kind of like Spider-Man: Homecoming. It's like, well, his friend's Ned now, not Harry.
Yeah.
So are we gonna have Lucius or like? I know there's a guy in the comic books that does the Batmobile specifically. Like Lucius Fox gives him certain things, but I think there's like a Batmobile guy. That's like a mechanic. Maybe they'll do that instead.
I'm interested to see like maybe if they'll even go into it, like where he got like his like knowledge from, like
training.
Like, where he got training from.
Do you think there'll be any flashbacks?
Probably not. No, I don't think there will be, but like maybe some pieces of dialogue or something.
Just like vocal references to it, or maybe like you'll see like katanas in the Batcave or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah. I should know Alfred trained him.
Oh God, I don't like that.
Isn't there there's like some series for like the Pennyworths? They're like all badasses, right? That's the thing, though, right? I'm not making that.
There's a fucking 3-season show.
It was a show?
There's a 3-season Pennyworth show.
That's so cool.
So badass. I don't know how I feel about the casting for Alfred.
Andy Serkis. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. I like him a bit older, but it's fine. He is younger in this though, so you know. He's also, I mean, Batman is
a bit
younger.
I never.
Michael Caine was like perfect in my opinion.
There's a lot of things where it's like the Nolan trilogy fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Like
Michael Caine was awesome.
Everyone will be like Joker, but like perfect Lucius, perfect Alfred, perfect Batman.
I mean, Christian Bale I liked him a lot.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
I don't know if I say he's perfect, but
he's certainly the best one I've seen.
I mean, I fuck with Christian Bale a lot. I'm not like taking away from him, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot easier to nail the side characters, or maybe not. I shouldn't say that. Maybe it's like there's more room for interpretation, I guess, with the main character, so you can just cast someone else. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's kind of like the what's his name, Jay Jonah. It's like, oh, I can't imagine anyone else playing Jonah except fucking J.K. Simmons. You get what I mean? Yeah. I feel like I'm wording this terribly, but I feel like you know what I mean.
Because it's kind of like Batman / Bruce Wayne. That's like the one kind of straight-laced character.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is like a caricature. So it's you have more room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's but I definitely don't think it's not like Toby where it's like, oh no, of course no one will beat Toby.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I like Christian Bale's Batman. I really do. Batman Begins is fucking awesome. I mean, Dark Knight's good too. Whatever, we've talked about the Nolan trilogy, but the point is, I think he's good, but I think someone could top him. I don't think it's out of the realm of a possibility.
Yeah, I agree.
Or not even like that far, but I also think it's like, wouldn't be too hard either.
He's your favorite Christian Bale?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I thought Michael Keaton might be your favorite.
They're all kind of like whatever. I don't know.
My favorite's Val Kilmer.
Keaton is cool though. Keaton is badass.
He's coming back.
Well, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I pretty much agree though. It's like
no one's really nailed Batman.
Yeah, it's not like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man type shit. You know what I mean?
There's definitely not a Batman where I'm like, I won't see another Batman movie unless it's that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
and I don't know. I feel like it won't even be that way with this. So even though I'm excited for Robert Pattinson Batman, I doubt afterwards I'm gonna be like, nobody can ever play Batman again except him. You know what I mean? I seriously doubt it.
It's interesting because I
just feel like not even because like their performance wasn't perfect or anything. I just feel like I don't know. Batman's a character like that that should be open to interpretation, so it's easy to just try a different version of him. You know what I mean?
I think there's a big thing about that with DC.
It's not the same with Iron Man. It's not like that
because there's been Batman since like movie serials in the 40s.
Yeah.
So we were born into a world where there's already several Batmen.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everyone's first exposure to Iron Man was the movie.
Yeah.
And obviously there's no other live action one. No one remembers the fucking, what is it, Roger Corman's Captain America? Or whatever it is.
Oh, the shitty Captain America movie?
No one remembers that. It's just Chris Evans.
Yeah.
The Hulk, you kind of skate by. He doesn't even have any solo movies. Thor, that's the first Thor, really. Except for the old Hulk show. So it's like, that's why people are like, that's the only Thor, that's the only Iron Man.
Yeah.
But like for Batman and Superman, there's been so many that I think it's, like you said, it's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
It's more easy.
And also maybe just because how popular those characters are. Like, kind of like Spider-Man. Like, even though Tobey is, like, the best Spider-Man for me.
Obviously.
I don't know. I can't imagine Spider-Man being played by other people. You know what I mean?
You can?
I can, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Tobey is my favorite. You get what I'm saying?
Well, there's a point.
It might be just because of how big their characters are. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said, at the same time, like you said, maybe we're just used to it by this point.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too. Yeah. That's part of it too. Oh, Dios mío. Who should play Robin?
Who should play Robin?
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about that?
Well, yeah, but you said the cop, and that's a bad answer.
Well, I didn't say he should play him. I said maybe he would be him.
Oh. Well, did I say who will be him?
I don't know.
Who would
no,
you
you're
cast?
Like, do you think... No, you're like, do you think Robin will be in it?
Oh,
who would I cast?
Who would you cast?
I don't know. The thing is, like...
I don't know any actors.
No, it's not that.
Well, me, that's what my answer is.
Timothy Chalamet.
Timmy!
He could play Robin.
He could.
That'd be cool. No, it's just, like...
Tim Drake?
When I imagine Batman Robin, I imagine Batman being older. So I can't imagine this Batman with the Robin.
Quite having a Robin.
You know what I mean? Maybe in like 10 years from now.
I think, yeah. I don't really like, well, I do like Robin, but for the movies,
yeah,
I don't really need Robin.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Unless it's like on some fucking Adam West shit, where it's extremely goofy, it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for like this kind of world, does it really work? Not really.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Leave him on HBO Max on Titans.
Exactly, yeah.
That's fine.
Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman.
That was so stupid.
That was badass.
People like Titans now, though. Yeah. I never saw it.
Alright, I don't want to comment on that.
Didn't he become Nightwing in that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Costumes are good.
Yeah, it did look cool.
Well,
from what I saw,
let me rephrase. The Robin and Nightwing costumes look good. Okay, that's what I meant to say.
I never saw that show, so I
don't
know.
Well, actually, Hawk and Dove look dope. They look pretty cool.
I don't want to talk about Titans.
Anyways. Okay, I have another question for you. Mm-hmm. It's a good question. How strong do you think Gotham, the TV show Gotham, how strong do you think the influence from that show will be on this movie?
Probably not very. Aren't they they're like remaking the damn show. They're not remaking it, but they're making another Gotham PD show.
That would be way better, though.
Yeah, but my point is like, that's my point. Yeah, it's like I don't think they give a shit about that damn show. Yeah, that's my point.
Penguin and Riddler were gay in that show together.
Were they really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And it wasn't even like oh, like I shipped them, like no, like they were gay together.
That's interesting.
It was like, oh, Penguin.
That's an interesting creative decision.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that'll play into this movie?
No. I don't.
What if Batman catches them kissing and that's why he chases down Penguin? He wants to kill him.
He's like, you're kissing the villain. You're in cahoots.
You dare kiss the fucking villain.
That would be like, imagine big fat Colin Farrell and Paul Dano like making out. Like, no.
They just both look like. Oh, sorry, Paul Dano, but they just both look disgusting and like evil.
Well, he's kind of like a twink. So he's like the big fat Italian man making out with the twink.
Oh God.
He's like an older twink. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He didn't age out of it.
Yeah.
He didn't age out of it. Oh goodness me.
I don't know. What else is there to say about the Batman?
What else is there to say about the Batman? We talked about the title, the car, the actors. We didn't talk about Commissioner Gordon.
He's cool, I guess.
You like that guy?
I don't even know what he's in.
I don't remember the guy.
Actually, I saw the actor who's playing Gordon now. I saw him in Wes Anderson's new movie, but I can't think what else I've seen him in.
Gary Oldman was another example.
Oh yeah.
Of like
perfect casting. Yeah. Damn.
It's that's another reason why, because they had like J.K. Simmons was obviously perfect, but they had like a few of those in The Dark Knight. Yeah. Especially Alfred and Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons was not perfect casting as Commissioner Gordon.
No, he was not. He was absolutely not perfect casting as Commissioner Gordon.
Sorry, when you said J.K. Simmons and then talking about Gordon, I'm like, I couldn't not bring up that connection, the fact that he played Gordon.
That is weird.
Isn't he coming back? For Batgirl? As Gordon?
I don't think so.
I thought that was real. Or it was gonna be, maybe.
I don't think so. Or maybe, I don't know. Because Batgirl is gonna be Keaton.
Batman. Yeah.
So I don't think they would have him back.
But, like, it's also after Flash, and we don't know what's gonna happen with Keaton.
They're gonna have an epic multiverse mix-up.
Yeah, so...
oh, boy.
Anyways, yeah.
Well, Evan, I guess we can briefly... Do you want to talk about some other DC movies?
Before that, can we talk about the broader universe that's coming to the TV show and stuff, like the Gotham Like, what are you expecting as far as the spin-offs go? So you're not excited for the Gotham show?
I'm gonna watch it.
Let me ask you this: is the new animated series coming out set in this universe?
Fuck no.
It's not okay,
no.
Or like loosely,
it's set in the
kind of like on that Spider-Man the new animated series shit.
No, it's set in the 40s.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure.
But that show.
That would be interesting.
So, for those of you that don't know, I'm actually really excited for that show.
Yeah, Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams are both working on it.
And Bruce Timm.
I
think I fucking pray to God.
The names I know are Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams.
Bruce Timm is the Batman the Animated Series guy.
I'm definitely going to watch this show.
Really?
For sure, because I'm like, oh, Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams are working together again. That's been a long time. So,
I'm happy to hear that.
So, like, I'm excited to see
Cloverfield, that. Right?
Yeah, they worked together in Cloverfield and also Felicity, the TV show.
They worked on Lost together?
I don't think Matt Reeves worked on Lost. He might have directed a few episodes or something, but I don't think he worked on it.
Oh, okay.
They did Felicity together and then Cloverfield. Okay.
But, But yeah, that show looks fucking awesome. It's basically Batman the Animated Series, but they're setting it kind of... The animated series is based kind of on the Bronze Age of Batman, like the 70s. But this one's based on like the Golden Age, like the 40s.
That's cool. Does he have the old, like, his old costume?
He has like the kind of the old pointy, like,
I was thinking like the ears, they're not like super accurate, but they're like pointier, right?
Yeah, they're like more spread out, and like his Batmobile is just like a black car.
Does he have the purple gloves? That would have been cool.
I don't know.
If they gave him that OG costume, that would have been cool as fuck. You remember when people were predicting that was gonna be the costume in this movie? I just thought about that.
People did kind of like put that out there, which is very dumb. That is something Scott Snyder did too, where he kind of... There was a part where Batman was like stranded like in like a deserted Gotham or something, and he had on like purple gloves and like a motorbike. I don't know. But yeah, that cartoon looks fucking awesome, but we don't know, does he have like the old school logo? I actually have the cool Lego of it right there if you want to see it.
It is awesome.
But all we know is...
they haven't shown a lot, right?
We've only seen the silhouette and like the cowl, and the cowl's the old school cowl, and he kind of has like an old school looking cape, but that's all we've seen. And there's also, if you want to check this out, audience, there's a short Bruce Timm did for the anniversary of Batman called Strange Days. And from I think what he said was that was kind of his like...
Oh, I heard about this.
That was his like concept.
Or you told me about it already.
Yeah. That was like his concept or pitch for the new show. And once it was like announced that it was actually gonna fucking come out, I was so excited. And the old school Batman is kind of him like... He's basically just fighting like evil scientists and like gangsters. Less about the villains.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited for it.
I'm excited as well. I will definitely watch it. Yeah. When's it come out? This year? Or is it next year? Animated stuff always takes a long time to come out.
I don't think there's a release date.
Maybe like the end of the year.
It might be this year, but I'm not sure. Thank God for HBO Max.
Thanks, HBO Max.
So, Evan, what are your thoughts on the GCPD show?
I don't even know anything about it. I'm guessing the guy who played Gordon is going to be the main character, right?
I think so.
Probably not going to be very long. It's going to be that limited series
that
type
6 episodes
shit.
type
yeah,
shit.
probably.
I hope they're fighting villains. Or at least, like, named Batman
I don't really
characters.
care for Gotham PD shows. Well, I don't really care for it.
I think it was Scott Snyder. Once again. Scott Snyder the GOAT. Okay? So, he did a very famous... I think it was called Gotham General. Like, what is it called? Gotham Central? I think it's called. I might be wrong. But basically, Scott Snyder did a book where it was focused on the GCPD, and then, like, Batman would kind of show up in the background and, like, influence the story in certain ways. But it was mostly about the cops.
It might be something like that.
I hope that's what it is. Because you don't even need Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I guess not. You just get some dude.
Yeah, just get some guy and, like, have him facing...
And don't say anything.
Have him facing the window.
Yeah.
And you can just drop, like, an envelope on the desk and shit like that, so... That would be badass. I hope it's like that. And like I said, I hope they're fighting named characters, named villains, like in gangsters and shit, and not like just like fucking what's her name? I don't know. They like made up really shitty characters for Gotham. Like her name's like Alfreda Mooney or some shit.
Dude, I want her to come back.
No, I don't. No, you don't.
And okay, they're doing a Catwoman show.
Allegedly, I think.
With Zoe Kravitz?
I guess. I don't know.
That would be cool, maybe.
That's a better idea than the fucking Penguin show.
I agree.
I mean, it's not... I don't have anything against the Penguin, but like you said, that just feels like cumbersome.
Yeah.
Like, to just do that. And plus, Catwoman is just more interesting than the Penguin.
Yeah. Definitely.
And plus, she's more sexier.
That'd be cool, yeah. Maybe take, like... I'm guessing it'd be before this movie. That'd be interesting.
Maybe.
See what's going on with her. I like the... We were talking about this. She has, like, the ski mask.
Yeah.
Like half a ski mask thing she wears. That looked really cool.
The mask is perfect.
Yeah.
Because it would be very easy to have that look very, like, kitschy.
Yeah.
But it just kind of looks like a novelty ski mask.
Yeah.
So, fits.
So, her show would be interesting. I don't even know what I feel like they should just merge whatever ideas they have for the Penguin show and the Gotham PD show and just put it together.
They should probably merge all three of them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're right.
Because then you have, like, a named character, like, two big characters from the movie, plus that, like, the foundation is, like, the GCPD. That would be better.
Yeah.
Split them all up. Cool. Great idea.
DC, listen to us.
Yeah, for real. Please.
Well, they're just trying to milk it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, we can talk about that DC Sizzle Roll or whatever that came out.
Yeah,
Sizzle Reel that just came out.
Also, there's a Batgirl movie coming out.
Did they show stuff from that in it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't
just
think
thought
so.
I'd mention that.
It just started filming, right?
We've seen the suit. Not interested.
Me either.
Personally,
I'm not interested in any of them coming out, honestly. Besides Batman, I'll be honest with you.
They say Nightwing's gonna be in it. I don't know. Like,
I know you're excited for Black Adam. Me, personally, I don't care. But
Black Adam is gonna be fucking dope. Right?
Maybe.
Right?
I don't like The Rock.
So it is kind of funny. My classic friend Grace Randolph mentioned, she was like, he doesn't even look like Black Adam. And I was like, that's kind of funny. Because The Rock is bald, Black Adam has like a widow's peak, and Black Adam also has like pointy elf ears, and The Rock does not have
They didn't give him the ears, did they?
No, I don't think so. But outside of that, he looks like exactly like fucking Black Adam. It's like a jacked, caramel skinned man. Like, you don't.
It'll be cool, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I'm not excited.
I mean, it's just Black Adam's fucking cool, and it's him fighting the fucking Justice Society. That is badass.
That's interesting, I
That's
suppose.
epic.
The Atom's in it, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw a picture of him.
The Atom's in it, which he's classically featured.
Dr. Fate did not look that cool. I was kind of disappointed when I saw him. Yeah, it didn't look great.
But that was just, maybe that's pre-visual effects.
We can only hope.
Something.
When I saw the picture, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it doesn't look too hot, but... And that's sad, because he's one of the most, like, crazy-looking... Well,
yeah.
I mean, he doesn't look that crazy, but... He's very...
I see what you mean, though, yeah.
He's visually interesting.
Yeah.
He's visually interesting.
I saw Hawkman.
Hawkman looked pretty cool.
Yeah, he did. He didn't
in my opinion.
Yeah, he didn't look bad.
Okay, just for my opinion. Okay. And then there's another character, I forget her name, but her costume sucks. So yeah.
What else did they show in the reel?
They had like a...
they showed a little bit of the Batman.
They had like this thing. Really? Oh, so epic. It's like the Javelin. They were in the Justice Society. They were like in the Javelin.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, I'm dead ass. They were in like the Justice League ship thing. That's cool. But you meant the
okay, so it's gonna be pretty goofy, Black Adam. That's interesting. That's cool though.
It'd be goofy. Yeah. It seems like it's gonna be maybe on the Suicide Squad shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, a little bit on.
Yeah.
Like
probably gonna take itself a bit more seriously than the Suicide Squad.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
But I don't know. I'm just not that excited. I guess I'll see it though.
What's your most excited one?
The Batman, obviously.
Out of the say except that one.
Well, what else was even there? I don't know. Aquaman, not excited for that. The Flash, not excited. I would pick Black Adam. Yeah.
Aquaman, I didn't even pay fucking attention to. I didn't even look at that.
Because at this point, it's like, you already kind of know what you're getting. He already had a movie, and then...
It's probably just some more of that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
DLC for the first Aquaman. The Flash, I guess, is interesting, but I don't know. The Supergirl, the girl who plays Supergirl is cute. She's a cute.
She's cute, yeah.
The
Michael Keaton's cute.
Michael Keaton's cute. Double Ezra Miller's cute.
It'll be just a cute film.
It was fucking badass seeing the back of Michael Keaton's Batman, like his back.
Oh, in the Flash.
It was the teaser, not in.
Yeah, in the original one.
What do they call this again? The sizzle reel thing.
Yeah.
What is it?
What was it even for?
I don't know.
They just like, have this.
They was like, look at this.
Like, was there an event going on yesterday or something?
I don't think so. I think they just dropped.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no fucking clue. Or maybe it was to go with the tickets going on sale for Batman.
But it was like a few days later.
I don't know.
Who cares?
But yeah.
But actually, no, not a few days later, because it was yesterday. And Batman tickets went on sale Thursday. We got our Batman tickets, by the way, dear audience.
Locked in.
Me and Dylan have our Batman tickets.
I'm sure. Are we gonna do an episode?
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna come back and talk about it.
Yeah, we will. I suppose.
I'm excited to see what the Batman holds for us.
Yeah.
Ooh. And we didn't talk about the delays either. We've been waiting for this movie for a while.
Yeah. Since 2020.
So.
It was supposed to come out in October last year, but then good old Dune took its spot. Yeah.
Motherfucking Dune. That's the only reason I didn't like Dune. I had fucking animosity.
Yeah, you were mad.
In the back of my heart.
I'm pretty sure the only reason that happened was because they wanted Dune at the award season movie.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. I'm like almost certain that's the only reason.
Yeah.
But March is not the month I think of for Batman.
No.
But whatever.
I remember when they moved it to October, people were like, "That works."
Yeah.
And I agree, that does work, and also obviously like it works as like a summer movie.
Yeah.
But
March is weird.
March is weird.
But whatever, I'll take it.
Over time, the summer movie season is just like, it doesn't exist.
It kind of, already disappearing.
It doesn't really exist anymore. January is still very distinctly for dog shit.
Yeah.
That's still very much the same. But I feel like Deadpool opened up February.
Yeah,
that came out. And summer's just been dragged farther back. It just doesn't even exist anymore. So yeah, Batman.
I don't really mind that, honestly.
Oh,
don't care about that. Yeah, I don't care.
Well, I think that also plays into how I really do think movie theaters are gonna phase out non-blockbusters.
Maybe.
So I think summer's gonna double be over soon. I think.
Yeah. Damn, that's sad.
Yeah, you might need a big name director for a drama, a smaller scale drama.
Never mind, I take it back. Put the blockbusters in the summer.
I kind of prefer that for that reason, as well.
We got any before we end this episode, any final predictions for the Batman? We got 3 weeks. Any final predictions?
Well, I think we're
plot-wise, quality-wise, anything.
I think we're probably right about the parents being evil.
Yeah, some shit like that.
That's kind of obvious, I guess.
Yeah.
I think
in the trailer, it's you lied to me, Alfred. They had that in the trailer too. I'm what the fuck did you lie about?
It's gonna be some hairy.
Shit.
What's the guy's name?
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about though. Yeah.
Yeah, Harry's butler.
Your father.
Your father. I cleaned his blade. Yeah, from Spider-Man 3. For those of you out of the loop.
Yeah.
Go watch the Spider-Man 3 episode.
Watch it, Spider-Man 3, the editor cut. They get rid of that completely.
Okay, so yeah, the parents evil. I think Batman will hang someone upside down.
Oh,
I'm gonna confirm that right now.
Nice.
I'm gonna say Catwoman will not steal a diamond while Batman's distracted while she's helping him. I'm gonna say Penguin gets his nose broken.
Okay, yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah, probably.
What else? At the end, I'm gonna fudge this one and make it a little broad. Batman will either get a new Batmobile or a new suit, or both.
We were kind of talking about the Batmobile thing. Yeah,
I'm gonna throw that in there. Okay.
I would guess Batmobile before a suit.
I have a cool, interesting thing we didn't bring up.
Wait. Can I ask you something?
Please ask me. Please ask me.
Do you think Riddler will die?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think he'll die.
Okay. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
It would be because that feels like such an old thing to do.
They don't really do that now.
Yeah. Well, Marvel still does it for some fucking reason.
Oh yeah, they do that.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't want them to bring him back, right? Well, I don't know. I would have to see the movie before I say that, but
yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you're saying though is you don't automatically want him to necessarily come back. If the movie's gonna be better for him dying or whatever, kill him. But I mean, I just think they'd want to have him in their back pocket, leave him in Arkham Asylum, have him say some wacky shit.
And do you think they'll be on that the Riddler was right type shit? Maybe.
Yeah, Killmonger or something.
Yeah. I think maybe.
I think actually, probably, definitely.
Yeah. And then the thing that makes him evil is the fact that he's a fucking serial killer.
Yeah. I think probably you're right on that one as well. I'll absorb that into my own predictions too.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing they're probably gonna be on that shit.
That sounds right. No, but so what I wanted to mention, Evan.
Yes.
This is very interesting. Okay.
Wait. One more thing about the Riddler. Will you think there'll be people he'll start having some supporters in the movie? Do you think that'll be a thing?
Like the jokester?
Yeah. I just that just hit my head now. He's probably gonna be some poor people are gonna be the Riddler. He's fucking awesome.
That makes way more sense to me than the Joker.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Well, so there's your free Riddler goons right there.
Oh yeah.
There's people that wear green to support him that want to kill Batman or something.
Yeah.
There's your goons.
There you go.
Okay. Now, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
I am.
You don't have any more thoughts?
Maybe it'll be some shit like that, and then he dies like a fucking martyr. So and then
there's a Riddler too.
No, well, it's it could be some shit where it's okay, I could genuinely see this happening where it's the Riddler won the ideological battle. But I could see them doing some shit yeah. Legit, I could see them doing something like that.
We didn't talk about Batman killing. That's interesting.
I don't think he's going to. I think Robert Pattinson actually himself.
Did he say this Batman?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he confirmed that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong, but
he also
I'm
could
pretty
be
sure
lying.
he did. Well, he could be lying.
Because I think it might be DC and Hollywood in general. They like to respond very late. You know what I mean? to certain like thoughts and criticisms from the audience. I think they might make him killing a plot point, which they kind of did in Batman Begins. But I think there could be something where it's like Batman is like on TV, like killing the Riddler on the news, or maybe he's framed.
I don't think he's gonna kill him.
Or maybe he's framed for it.
It could be like some Harvey Dent type shit.
Yes. Yeah. I think that could happen.
Or like he kills himself or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kills.
I could see that. Yeah, maybe he kills himself.
To, like,
I could see
the
that.
City against Batman.
I could see that.
That'd be interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. So
Evan,
who knows?
Matt Reeves, we have your number. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so what I did want to bring up, Evan, this was from the beginning of like the movie coming out, the speculation, first seeing the suit. Mm-hmm. Do you think his logo is made out of the
I thought that was confirmed.
Evan, let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
So that the audience knows what we're talking about.
Okay.
Do you think that the logo on Batman's chest, right, is the disassembled gun that killed his parents? Do you think that's...
I thought it was confirmed.
I didn't hear... I don't think I ever heard it confirmed.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe.
Is that epic?
50-50. No, I don't... that's stupid to me, but like... But if they do it won't bother me. I'll just feel like, okay.
What if there's like a 20-minute scene of him like...
okay, that'll be stupid, yeah.
Alfred,
if it's a thing, I hope they don't harp on it. I hope it's just like... It's not... You know what I mean?
I don't know how you could reveal that without it being like, oh, look at, isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how you could reveal
exactly,
that.
Yeah. Because it's not something you just casually say. But like, yeah, this is...
Or maybe if you see him like disassembling a gun while he's making his costume...
But I don't even think they'll have a scene like that.
Who
knows?
Like we said, I don't think there's gonna be flashbacks.
I don't either. I don't think so either.
Did you see? I have one more question for you.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this. Matt Reeves also, he was like, yeah, we're not doing the origin. So him just going out of his way to say that makes me think there's not gonna be any.
There's not gonna be any like showing.
Yeah.
That, and that's another thing I respect about this movie.
Like, just jumping in.
Still doing early days Batman.
Yeah.
But it's we get the origin as out of the way. I like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So, and also his parents are probably going to play a role in it anyway, regardless of it being an origin story.
Yeah.
But, Evan, did you see what Robert Pattinson said about the opening of the movie?
No, I didn't.
He said it was nuts.
Oh, it's nuts.
He said the first shot.
It's nuts. It's nutty and crazy, huh?
Let's get nuts.
You're just trying to sell tickets, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
I mean, kind of. So yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, probably gonna be like some like action scene or something, like completely unrelated to what's actually happening in the main plot of the film. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like kind of like
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, something like that. No, deadass. Like where he's having like maybe he's fighting another villain. Maybe we'll see another named villain and something like that. Yeah, it's like an opening scene.
I always thought that would
where he's just doing his Batman thing.
I always thought that would be a good idea, and I remember talking to you guys about that, like. I guess it's like in Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
Like the storyboards where he basically turns in Mysterio before the movie starts.
Yeah.
Like,
so if we see another named villain, I think it'll be during that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Or maybe in Arkham. I'd say that maybe too.
Yeah, they should have like one of the goofy like serial killers in that scene at the beginning.
Yeah, like Killer Moth.
Like Killer Moth. No, that's a bit too wild. like Mad Hatter or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mad Hatter's pretty dark.
But he's goofy though. It's like just the fact that like he's dark. Obviously, he's a dark, fucking, twisted, demented character. But it's like, but he's hard to take seriously because he's the Mad Hat. You know what I mean? Like something goofy like that.
I do have another thought, Evan, that sprung to mind.
Yes.
Guess where he is? Guess where Batman goes in this movie with the flare? You know where he goes? He goes in the sewer. Who lives in the sewer?
Killer Croc.
But Killer Croc.
I don't think they're going to show Killer Croc just because we recently had a shitty version of him in Suicide Squad. For that reason alone, I don't think they'll have him.
I kind of disagree with that point, Evan. Because
what are the chances it'll be the same guy? I'm joking. Very low, 0%.
80%?
Yeah.
No. I actually think you might be wrong on that because, Evan, because, here, do you want to hear my reasoning?
Yeah.
They're doing the Riddler, right?
Yes.
And that's from the previous continuity. It's like a couple continuities ago, right? But they're doing the Riddler, and I feel like the Suicide Squad kind of erased the first Suicide Squad. So maybe they'll do another different Killer Croc.
Yeah, maybe.
And I also think since they were saying like, oh, the Batman is horror influenced. He kind of falls in line with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, because he's like, he's not like fucking. He's not actually like an animal or anything. Like it was
just like a strong mutant guy.
Yeah.
Like that lives.
But he's like, wasn't like, was he born that way or was like science fucked him up?
I think a lot of the times he's born that way.
Oh, okay.
I think most.
Oh
of the
yeah,
time
he was, and he's like a freak.
Yeah, and he likes.
Then he became like a carny. He became like a carny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Killer Croc's fucking cool. But like I said, like we were saying about what's his name, like Zaz. I don't think Killer Croc carries a whole movie.
Not really, no.
But he would be.
He's a cool villain, though. Yeah.
He would be interesting to see, like, as a cold open villain. I don't think there's any way that he's the cold open.
I think that's too wild for. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like jumping the shark.
Yeah.
Like, you showed us Killer Croc, and then we're fucking following the Riddler.
Yeah.
Like what? But he could maybe be the cold open in a future movie, or like the muscle for someone in a future movie.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So, I think he fits.
Yeah, maybe.
You want to get a little more nutty.
I can see that.
I like
yeah,
nutty.
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's everything I have to say about the Batman for now.
Batman, Batman. I just called you Batman.
Thank you.
Evan, what would you rate the Batman's thoughts and speculation out of 3 stars?
3.
I'd give it a 3 too.
I have a huge fucking ego. Anything I do is perfect.
Well, not only that, but we did a great fucking job.
We did.
So
we did. Exactly what I'm saying.
Well, guess what, guys? If you fucking have a cool Batman sequel idea before the movie is even out yet, leave it in the comments in detail. Maybe in multiple comment segments from different accounts.
Like from multiple accounts as well.
Like from multiple accounts.
Sub from multiple accounts.
Sub from multiple accounts.
Share with yourself.
Look, once we get to 1,000 subs, we will be able to be monetized. So
yeah, give us all your money now.
That's a callback to the first episode.
It was.
Yeah.
The first 2, I said it in both the first 2 episodes. I was like, give us your money.
So yeah, thank you for listening to our incoherent rambling. I actually might put timestamps on this one because it was all over the place.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. You know what? You want to know a fun fact?
I do.
You want to know a fun RNS fact?
Yeah.
Our first timestamp is now on Audition.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I did see it.
So just in case anyone clicks on that video, they want to get to the meat of it. To the meat of it. But in any event,
because that's our most famous episode, so you got to put it in there.
Yeah, we are at over 7,000.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's very happy. Very happy development.
Yeah, and I saw the likes jumped recently. 7,000 views, only 18 likes. What the fuck, guys? But anyways, it was like at 10 for a while, and it jumped up to 18.
One comment from like a schizophrenic guy.
Yeah, in another language. Is it Spanish?
It doesn't even translate.
Yeah,
when you press translate, it doesn't even work.
That's scary.
It is scary, but he seems like he was saying something.
He was saying something already. He was saying something. What it was is I don't know.
It seemed like he was saying something. Oh goodness me.
Here's my cool fun fact for Dylan for this week.
Oh.
My cool Dylan fun fact. Dylan owned the Lego Toy Story sets before our friend Andy did.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You know how I know?
How?
Because I have a cool memory where you called up Andy. I was with the... See, here's a Dylan fact with a long, elaborate fucking story. It's a really stupid fact, but still, it has a story behind it.
I'm curious to even hear what it is, too. So.
Yeah, we were sitting in your fucking living room at your old house, not this one.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't... Here's another cool Dylan fact for you. In Dylan's neighborhood, he used to live in another house, but he moved to a different house in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, well, also, me, Evan, and Andy lived in the same neighborhood. Evan moved when we were about 12, and me and Andy stayed for a while, and then I moved to a different house in the same exact neighborhood, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We were all good friends. We ride the bus together when we were kids, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that. There you go, too. We were sitting in your living room watching TV, and you got the Lego Toy Story set, and then you called up Andy, and you're like, Andy, I got something really cool. I have to tell you something. If I tell you, you can't get it. You can't cop it. You said that because I already have it, so you can't cop it too. I got the Lego Toy Story, and then Andy went and copped it anyways.
Yeah, for some reason when we were kids,
we were like only we could all claim something. You know what I mean?
Well, it was...
Which is really stupid, but...
I didn't feel that way about really anything except Legos. Because me and Andy played with our Legos together, so I didn't want, like, us to have the same ones.
Yeah.
But, since we don't fucking like literally smash, we used to literally smash our Legos together.
That's awesome.
And be like, oh, it's like a war, like it was epic, and it was epic.
It was.
Now that they're just like sitting on our shelves and we occasionally like take pictures of them and shit, I don't really care if we have the same Legos.
But I remember something that happened when I was a kid with Andy and before Dylan came, a good friend named Josh.
Oh god.
We used to like claim things. So like if I liked something, you couldn't like it. So if you liked it, it's so stupid. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's like, oh, I like this first, so you can't like that. That was something we did as kids, and I don't know why. Looking back, I'm like, that's so stupid. Why did we do that?
Yeah, because most normal kids are like, oh yeah, you like the Falcons like football team, so do I. Like, yay.
Yeah, no, we didn't want to do that. We were like, no, we only could claim certain things, which is really weird. And it's not something we ever acknowledge or talk about now. Understandably, because it's really embarrassing and stupid.
I don't think I ever did that with you guys.
No, that's what I was just saying.
Except for the Lego thing with Andy.
Yeah.
That was the only... I didn't want us to have the same sets.
Yeah. No, I was saying like me, Andy, and Josh. Yeah. That was something we did.
That's interesting. I've never heard you and Andy talk about that.
Exactly. Why would we? It's stupid.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, there you go. There's your cool Dylan.
And for those of you wondering, okay, of course, the set was Buzz Lightyear's spaceship.
Yeah, it was.
It was. And for a bit of dynamic poetry and motion in life and true to life, me and Andy bought the same exact Lego spaceship last week.
Oh my god!
Like while we were together, we went to a secondhand Lego store and we bought 2 different builds of the same set.
Can I talk about my cool cop?
Oh,
you go first though. You go first. You were talking about this.
Well, I just thought it was ironic because when we were kids,
it was an X-Men ship, right?
Yeah. But I just thought it was ironic since we were kids. I was like, don't buy that blue spaceship. Yeah. And then now we're like both buying the same ship together. And I got some cool Batman villain figures that I've wanted for a while. Deathstroke and Deadshot. Those are cool.
And the Thug. The iconic Thug.
And the classic, for those of you that don't know, okay, the first wave of Lego Batman figures from 2006. They had the same goon in every set. Or not in every set, but, you know, most of them. Yeah. Same goon. And that is an iconic head, and I never had that character. So I'm very happy to have him. And, the Blackbird, the X-Men Blackbird build was very cool. And I already have the minifigures, or some of them, so the X-Men minifigures. So I feel with that. Yeah. But Evan, why don't you one-up me real quick? And also,
I'm not one-upping you.
Evan gifted me something, but I don't want to spoil, so you can tell the audience what you gifted me as well.
Okay, so when we were there, we went, for those of you who don't know, shout out to ATL Brick Company. That's where
ATL Brick Company.
They're awesome. Atlanta Brick Company. We went to their little shop. It was really cool. It was
Secondhand Lego store.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big selection.
We saw some Raimi stuff, and of course, I am a collector of Raimi merch. I enjoy Raimi merch, so I saw some cool Raimi figures, and they had the Human Spider figure, and I had to cop that. So I spent a pretty penny on that. I'll just leave it at that. I spent a pretty penny on that, and also there were some MJ figures, some Raimi MJ figures. I copped the one of her in the white and pink, like pajamas that she wears at the end of Spider-Man 1. And then there's also the one with her in the red dress, and I bought that for my good friend Dylan.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, so there you go.
Fantastic. Evan, that was very nice of you. But it was interesting because a lot of people, I think, are buying the Raimi minifigs because the only Spider-Man they had was the Human Spider.
Yeah, they didn't have
they have a Spider-Man 1 and 2 version. I think they're accurate. Like, I think they have the same logos. And one of them's dark blue, one of them's light blue.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got mine many, many moons ago. And it was much cheaper.
And same with the Green Goblin you have.
And the Green Goblin. Andy bought that for me pretty shortly before that would go up in price as well. But it was interesting because ton of people are going out of their way because they want to put the Raimi minifigure next to the Homecoming.
Yeah.
For the No Way Home shit. So.
Well, guess what? I got Human Spider. So.
Evan, what do you think the odds are that the Michael Keaton merch will jump up in price? Like,
it's possible.
I don't think it's possible.
No, I'm not as much, but maybe a little bit.
I mean, maybe a little.
But like, the Flash isn't going to be nearly as big as No Way Home.
But the Human Spider like fucking quadrupled in value.
No one is going to care for it's not going to be nearly as hype.
Yeah.
The Flash at all. No. There's some delusional DC fanboys who think that it will be, and it's like
that's like it's funny because I was that one time because I was like,
but not in regard to this specific thing though.
Back in the day, way back in 2016.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
I thought that BVS could beat
Civil War. Yeah. So me and Dylan made a famous bet.
What was the bet?
Dylan believed that BVS was gonna make more money than Civil War. And I was like, fuck no, Civil War can make more money. And we bet, I forgot how much. We bet money, though.
Did I give you the money?
I think you did.
Did I?
I'm pretty sure you did,
I'm a good guy if I did that. Man of my word.
We bet money that...
I actually don't remember making a bet.
We did.
Oh.
That BVS... Well, I bet that Civil War would win, and Dylan bet that BVS would win. And of course, as always, Evan was correct. No, I'm joking. But I was correct in this
instance,
yes. This instance.
So yeah, I was huge. I was like, yeah, Batman and Superman are fucking icons that like Marvel wishes they could be Batman and Superman. And then the movie was terrible, and
it's just the lesson of that I think is that it's important to maintain your brand. You can't rely on the past. You have to make sure you're constantly maintaining the brand.
That is pretty true.
Yeah.
And also, obviously...
And at that point, Marvel was, like, at their peak as far as maintaining their brand.
I was going to say as well, obviously, I was a little, a bit deluded in the fact that, obviously, at that point, the Avengers were, like, those are the most popular superheroes. So, of course, I was wrong. But now, it's, like, even, like, more cartoonishly obvious. Yeah. It's, like... 2 Ezra Millers and an old Batman versus the 3 Spider-Man. Yeah. Like, which one will win? Which one will make more money?
Yeah, so...
Definitely the Spider-Mans, so...
And there's your lesson for today. Maintain your brand. It's important.
There's your lesson for today. You should have bought Lego Raimi Spider-Man figures a few months ago.
Yeah, for real. Thank you for listening, as always. Again, please leave a like, a subscribe, a share with your single female friends.
Oh, yeah, if you have any single female friends, if you have a mom, if you have a sister.
Yeah.
Please send this to them.
Send it to your married sister.
If you know anyone that's, like, autistically, like, overexcited for the Batman movie, and they just want to think about it for a few hours while they clean their room. I actually love doing that. When I'm I used to.
No, you still love it.
Now I listen to like
people JRE podcast.
Well, yeah, I listen to that. People talking about like the Ark of the Covenant and shit like that, and whatever. But I used to listen to just people like,
explore with us.
Classic Explore with Us. Shout out to them. We are part of the Evil Crew.
Yeah, we are.
But I used to love just listening to mindless fucking droning on about movies that like aren't out yet. Like episode 8, like they're like, what's gonna happen? Like, is his lightsaber gonna be green?
Yeah, it was Mike Zero. Yeah.
So if you want to do it with us, you're more than welcome.
Please.
We enjoy your company. But yeah, share the video with your cool friends that might like it. Subscribe, like, all the epic things that you can think of.
Please.
Thank you. And by the way, I rate this episode and our discussion and speculation 9 out of 10 stars.
Oh, nice. 10 out of 10 for me.
Well, for me, I think your performance was slightly lacking.
I know.
I think I made up.
Yeah, yes. That's why I still give it 10 out of 10. Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.